With us today is Tenny, Ostrem, and Claire Wernstedt-Lynch, and they have put their friendship together, their love of long-distance hiking, and their social consciousness to walk the entire border between Mexico and the United States. They're calling this Walk the Border. It's 1,933 miles that they will be walking. I understand they are on day 9 so far, and that during this walk, they will be blogging about this, about their experiences and the people that they meet. So welcome, Tenny. Welcome, Claire. Tenny, you are the one who is sitting down. Is that correct?
Correct.
Right. And Claire, how are you as well? You're on day 9. Do you know how many miles you've walked so far?
Good question. Probably around 100.
Where did you start? Where did you start?
San Diego, right at the Pacific Ocean. Friendship Park.
So you're still in California right now?
Correct.
Do people realize what you're doing as you're walking through?
I don't think we've walked by anyone who hasn't wondered what we're doing.
Right. You have your U.S. passports with you. Have you been stopped by U.S. Border Patrol or anything like that?
Constantly, yeah. Every single day we meet up to 10 Border Patrol, sometimes less. But they always know who we are. They have a complex communication system, of course, and always know who we are before we meet them.
Yeah, we usually talk to one at the beginning of the day, and then they sort of get the scoop on what we're doing, and then relay it to everyone else, and then we sort of wave as we go by the rest of the day.
Have you met any immigrants on your path?
In a lot of the border communities, there are many immigrants.
I haven't run into anyone yet.
You haven't run into anyone yet running across the border yet, though?
We actually were about 200 feet away from a group of 5 the other day that we saw run across the border, sprint to the highway, and get in the car and drive away. But we were far enough. We didn't really interact with them.
Right, and I guess they made it somehow into the United States of America. By the way, I mean, we were just talking on our show yesterday, and this is going off script a little bit. They say that border crossings are down dramatically. Is there any way that you can see how Border Patrol is able to count who's able to cross the border, who's not, or is this just all made up numbers? I mean, you're right there on the border. How can you count how many people are coming across the border? Is there any way that you can see that they can do that?
I personally can't count the amount of footprints we've seen.
Exactly. What's the most interesting story, a person or incident that's happened so far?
We met Enrique Morenas, who I think has appeared on your show, the head of Border Angels.
Yes.
On our very first day. And he was one of the most inspiring people we met, and it really felt like fate to meet him just at the beginning of our hike. He's connected with us with so many people. He's a really interesting person.
And years of wisdom, years of knowledge about these issues that we're coming into, and could not be a better person.
Yeah, he's actually extraordinarily informed on what's going on the border, as informed as anybody I've ever talked to. So he's a great person and a great resource to start this trek out with, and to obviously publicize what's going on. The terrain so far, how's the terrain? Is it mountains? Is it rivers? Is it, fences you gotta crawl under? What's going on?
Honestly, it changes every day.
Yeah.
Multiple throughout the day. San Diego, I mean, we walked through at least 8 different kinds of terrain. Outlet malls will turn into mountains, will turn into industrial parking lots, will turn into grasslands, will turn into desert. I mean, it's just constantly changing.
What have you seen in terms of prior movement in the areas you've been?
Anything that you can imagine. For instance, we went down one drainage in the Jacamba Wilderness, and it was full of remnants of all kinds of things, from suitcases to water bottles to little backpacks that are pink and purple, and you come up with stories in your mind about all these items and what they meant to someone else.
And if we go to, walktheborder.com, we can read along every day what's going on your journeys. Is that correct?
Correct.
And I believe that you're going to have some really interesting stories, some sad stories, some funny stories, some stories that will educate people and maybe even open their eyes. So I'm actually very interested to read about what's going on with you guys or ladies, so to speak, on a day-to-day basis. And we'd love if you can check back with us every so often and let us know where you are along your journey. It's going to be 6 months, so I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to check back with you a whole bunch of times and see where you are. Good luck on your hike until we talk again. Thanks for joining us.